I do not own any of the rights to any music during this video or any products in this video. I am not a sponsor of these products or these services. This is just for entertainment purposes with only people that are 21 years older or older, of course. And with that being said, let's start cooking. In this chapter of today, we're making bagels. I'm taking 2 recipes that I normally would make, and I'm combining them into one recipe. So it's kind of like a new recipe, but like not, because I know how to make the other 2. And I'm just folding them together. I'm taking my French onion bagel and my garlic pretzels, and I'm going to make French onion pretzel bagels, but with weed. So let's get serious with this. So far I got me like 2.5 cup or 2 1/4 cups of flour. I have some more in case I need it, but this is going to be a very shaggy dough. And use bottled water. Don't use tap water because it kills your yeast. Don't do that. So here's the flour. Now I'm going to add all my powders into the flour, and I'm going to infuse the flour with some brown sugar, some salt, some baking powder, and all of my own onion mix. This is a seasoning powder that I've already pre-weighed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a tablespoon of leek powder, tablespoon of onion powder, it's a tablespoon of green onion powder, and 1 tablespoon of leek powder. That's all in here, and this is what's going into the flour. I dehydrate my own herbs and things to create recipes and stuff like that over the time. So if you would like to make this, you'd either have to dehydrate your own or find it as a powder somewhere. But this is what I'm using. I mean, you could probably use regular onion and garlic powder that you buy, but it's not going to get the same effect. So I'm going to add this in. That's going to go into that. And mixing this in. Now the next thing is the salt. And because I need it to be a slow yeast development, I'm going to put the yeast into the flour as well. Half of that, and then I have a sponge. If you do not know how to make a sponge, another day, another video, read a book or find a YouTube video that talks about it. So I'm going to put the sponge in here when I do the liquid. And it also counts as part of the flour. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of baking powder in. I'm only going to put a half a teaspoon because I like mine a little chewy. You want them to be a little bit more cake-like, add more, of course. The more you add of this, the fluffier, cakier it gets. I just want some bubbles. So I'm going to put some of that in there. Now we're going to do some salt. Alright, I gotta go get regular salt. This is half a teaspoon, so it's 2 of these. And since salt also will kind of kill the activity level of yours, it'll harm your live bacteria of the yeast. So I'm going to wisp this salt and baking powder in a little bit, and then I'm going to put in my yeast in there, because this way it just helps it to work right. do it a little bit more. Done with this. Wisping, going around the bowl, folding into the center. Otherwise, you just get it everywhere. It's flour. I'm not trying to make a big old mess. Cool. Now I have my flour done. Okay. And the only thing that's left is to fold in the brown sugar. Now, the brown sugar is something that I'm going to probably add molasses to, but because it's oniony, I'm not going to make it too sweet. Here we go. I'm going to be pausing the video probably a lot too in between the intermissions. This is just 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You can do up to 4. I'm only going to do 1 because it's just a little extra sugar for it to. I want it to be a little bit bready. Well, because after all, they are pretzels. Take my hands and I'm just going to incorporate that sugar into the flour. I'm going to whisk this into it as well. I might put some table sugar in it, but I'm going to have barley. You'll see. Okay, there's this. That is the sugar for the food for the bread dough to work. Now I'm going to add some granulated sugar. This scooper is 1/3 of a cup. So I'm doing 1/2 of that in this. That's the food for the yeast that I got in the flour, so it will. Ooh, it smells like onions. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. Now I have all my dry done. Now it's time to do the water. I'm waiting on for this to warm up. I didn't take it out when I woke up this morning. This is the sponge. It's sourdough starter with a little bit of active dry yeast that I put in the fridge overnight. That's all a sponge is. But y'all need to Google it if you didn't know how to make a sponge, because it's awesome in a lot of different things like British bread, all kinds of shit. I got some cornmeal that I'm going to sprinkle down on the tray, and I pre-cut all of my paper sheets into little squares because we're going to put them on there while they're poofing. I have a poofing section. I'm using a germination mat, and I'm going to put them on top of the microwave, and they'll poof roll nicely. I'm using barley syrup to boil it in, and I'm putting a little bit, like a tablespoon, into the mix as well with that. That's when I'm mixing it all up. I'm going to be putting warm water and waking up some yeast into the side, and then I'll be putting that with the water. So I'm going to probably pause this, and I'll come back in a little bit. Okay, it's like getting like where the sponge now has got bubbles and stuff in it. I'm gonna let it poof a little bit more, but at this time I also got like some of this boiling, and I just turned it on, and I put some of this barley syrup. So it's like a tablespoon of it, okay? And then it's inside there. Once that comes to a boil, then I'm gonna put in some baking soda. And then I'm going to start making the dough. This has to be at a royal boil while I'm dipping them. So that has to come to a temperature by itself, all to a thing. So I'm just keeping you up with updating what I'm doing. Okay, well, I boiled some water, just put it in there. I got a little meat thermometer thing in here, so I can watch the temperature. You don't want it to go any higher than like 90 degrees, really. I'm taking another teaspoon of this barley syrup. I'm going to put it into the hot water. It's kind of important to do it in the hot water because of it's so sticky. And it dissolves easier in the hot water. And I'm going to use a little bit of yeast in this as well. Just going to swish this around. It's going to be a little while for that to get to temperature. But it's cold out here in Michigan, so like this isn't going to take that long. And then once this is at temperature, at like 90 degrees, I will throw in a teaspoon of this yeast. It's all active, dry yeast. And I will then start the process of the other stuff. Okay, see you in a minute. Yeah, I'm drinking that wheat tea. Okay, we are approaching like the 100 mark on the thermometer, which is good. Like it's going down nicely. It's gradual. I buttered this other bowl, which matches the same size as my dry bowl. Now, I'm doing the liquid part in a little bit. With the butter bowl, like before I start mixing, I already put aside a sheet of Reynolds wrap to go over this, so when I'm letting the dough rest, I can like put that on there and not make a huge fucking mess. So that's what that's all about. I do have some cornmeal. I'm going to put on these little squares. Got me a little germination station heating pad with an industrial sheet, cookie sheet, and it's going to be slightly warmed, and that will be enough to poof it, and I can put the bagels on there after like I shape them to poof them a little bit after being in the bath water. All that, like once I start boiling them, it's gonna be a very like busy, like good 20 minutes, and then they go in the oven. Yeah, so this is it. Okay, so this is at 100, so this is not gonna lose its potency or whatever. I'm going to put my starter in this, because I gotta dissolve that in the water. Okay, it's all nice and gooey. It passed the float test, all that bullshit. Okay, and I'm gonna add the yeast. This one takes like 10 minutes to activate. So, we'll mix this up. Once this gets kind of foamy, kind of scary, probably approaching over the, what do you call it, the measuring cup, I guess? Then I'll dump it in here, and then I'll start the camera again. Okay, well, it's not where I want it to be, but it's activated. It's foamy on the top, and it's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna now add this into my mixer. I have this KitchenAid, which I'm not gonna need this shit by hand. I'm too old for that shit. So I'm gonna put this now in here. Okay. And I'm going to put this on. what's going on with this? Okay. Must be where it's positioned. So let's move it. Does that work? Yes, that's better. Must have been where the position of the hook was. So I'm locking it, and I'm going to turn this on low. I hope if I plugged it in. And I'm going to have this on, I don't know, like, it's on 2. And I'm going to dump this in here. And it's mixing for 10 minutes. So Alexa, I need a 10-minute timer. Alexa, I need a 10-minute timer. This dough will be just fine. It's going to have to do the window pane test. So I'm going to get it there. After 10 minutes, I'll bring it back to you guys. I just added a little bit of flour, and now I'm going to knead it for the last remainder of 5 minutes, which is like 4 minutes left. So I'm just going to leave it going while I'm doing this until I'm ready to feel that it's where the dough should be at. Just constantly dusting a little bit of flour. I want it to be a very firm dough, almost like a noodle dough. And then the gluten will develop all on its own. This is probably all the flour I'm going to need. It's a nice consistency now. When this all absorbs all this, because there's not a lot of water that you usually put in this. Especially when I make bagels. So this is just going to be a bagel. I think the only difference is going to be that I put baking soda and the barley syrup in the pot. These should be like relatively sweet, but not like, because like molasses and stuff is not really like sweet. So I think it smells amazing. It smells like French onion soup. Like, we could definitely smell the onion. And I like me some French onion bagels. So to have like not pieces of onion, but like each bit of the dough is infused, it just tastes like that. And this is getting good. Got about 2 more minutes. The kneading part is kind of important. I use the mixer to pretty much incorporate it while it's sticky, because it just does a better job. It's been blizzarding outside, so while this is sitting for 45 minutes after I massage this dough or knead it or whatever, it should double in size. Yeah, we're gonna have to shovel the snow, because I'm not gonna be one of those biddies that wait too long. And then you're out there shoving like fucking 3 or 4 inches. That's too much at once. So I'm gonna do the snow. I'm the only one in the neighborhood that pretty much does the snow. And everybody else gets tickets all the time and they bitch about it. Well, do your snow. got about 30 seconds. It's already getting to the window pane thing. Okay. Alexa, end timer.
10-minute timer canceled.
Okay, guys, right now put this in a ball. Put it in that bowl. Like I said, I put like a piece of Reynolds wrap to the side, because you know when you have dirty hands, you don't want to be fucking with shit like that and get a big old mess everywhere. Thank you, Martha. You're the one that taught me that. See, that bitch, as old as she is, she still teaches us shit. Okay. What I do is I lay it like on here, on top, and then what I do is I spray it with that Pam, and I flip it over, and then I put it on. Okay, now I'm gonna put a towel that I've been washing my hands with, so it's kind of damp. And I'm gonna put this on here, and then Alexa, I need a 45-minute timer. Alexa, I need a 45-minute timer.
45 minutes.
See how in 45 minutes. Okay, 40 minutes has elapsed. I've cut it in 8 equal pieces, and I'm shaping them into a little ball. I'm doing the last 3 with the video so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I made a ball. Poke a hole in the center. Try and make them even going around. It could be a big hole, doesn't matter, because it will fill in. Just shaping them, you know. These are going to go on a little poofer thing where I'm using a germination mat, but these will like continue to poof for another 10, maybe 20 minutes while I'm waiting for the raging boil to happen. I'll put some sheet over there. Should have did this ahead of time, but forgot about it. Shit happens. I'm gonna do this real quick and then come back. So, like, I've got them still poofing. They're on a 10-minute timer. I got about 2 more minutes on that rack in the back of me. And I'm now making noodles because I'm making soup. Adding some chicken broth to the barley stew I made with chicken. I canned it so that way I can just have a soup day one day. Like, so between this and that and all that other good shit, that'd be a good soup. It's got chicken and stuff all in it, and some vegetables and stuff. That's what's for dinner. When I like put in the other shit, I'll put that on there so you guys can see that. But like I said, I got 2 more minutes on that, and then I'm gonna pause it, and then when I'm boiling them, I'll show you guys that process, and then I'll pause it again. I probably would have showed you guys how I made these noodles, but that's another video. Subscribe if you like. I just turned off the music because I'm not gonna deal with the censorship shit. See how they're all poofed and they look like really fucking donuts or whatever? Like, okay, next step is to boil these ones. So it's at a royal boil. I'm just going to put them in there for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to sprinkle some shit on them, and put them on cornmeal back on the same tray. At this time, you should already heated your oven at 375.
Now.
And I've just got maybe 4 more to go. Just splashing the boiled water over both sides, because this way, like, you don't have to worry about flipping it. And I'm just splashing the solution over it for 30 seconds. Got a timer set so I don't go over. It's been in here a little longer than that, so let's go on. Alexa, end timer.
30-second timer canceled.
Sprinkling it with some salt. And throw another one in there. Alexa, I need a 30-second timer.
30 seconds.
Now I put them in the oven, and I have these 2 here just chilling because I'm going to put it on a small cookie sheet. This one here. This one here. And these are going to be on the second rack. Alexa, second bagel 2 timer for 12 minutes.
Timer for how long?
12 minutes.
Second bagel 2 timer, 12 minutes, starting now.
Okay, and those are all done. See you guys when they pop out. Okay, they're coming out. And they look like fucking bagels. Okay, so that is what it is, y'all. The other ones are about to come out of the oven here in a minute. The internal temperature of these should be at least 200. So you know that they're done. And you're going to see me take these last ones out. And I'm going to probably end the video, because I'm about to have you some soup and bagels. Oh, that needs a couple more minutes. Alexa, add 2 minutes.
2 minutes added. You now have about 2 minutes and...
Now I just brushed them with a little bit of butter, and now they're going to chill just here on the side. You can eat them more right now while they're hot, but I might have some of them they're cold. There is one that's ugly. I'll probably rip that one apart first. But thank you for watching. If you need to see what they look like again, like, these are the ones with the weed sugar on them, so it's a little different. They just look like bagels. Okay? Simple bagels. Pretzel bagels. They smell incredible. Peace. Thanks. And subscribe, because I'm going to be making more edible stuff on this channel as I have free time.